Ambassador Zethka of the Veltheri Confederation had always prided himself on his diplomatic composure. His crystalline features never betrayed emotion, even when dealing with the most barbaric species in the galaxy. But today, as he watched the human delegation enter the Grand Council chamber, something cold settled in his thoracic cavity. The humans called their planet Earth, though every civilized species knew it by its proper designation, Deathworld Classification 12 Alpha. It was a nightmare of a planet where gravity crushed bones, weather systems could level cities, and predators hunted in coordinated packs. The fact that anything intelligent had evolved there defied all xenobiological models. Captain Sarah Chen led the human delegation, her movements precise despite the crushing 2.3 g artificial gravity that the Council maintained as a compromise between species needs. The other delegates, towering Gorvani, ethereal whisperfolk, and cybernetic Nexus collective drones, watched nervously as she approached the speaking platform. Honored Council, Chen began, her voice carrying easily through the chamber's acoustic dampeners, we come before you today to address the systematic exclusion of humanity from galactic commerce, research partnerships, and territorial rights. Zethka activated his translation matrix, though he'd long since learned to understand the human tongue. Their language was as harsh as their world, full of hard consonants and aggressive tones that made his auditory receptors ache. The Terran Coalition, Chen continued, has abided by every treaty, every trade agreement, every cultural exchange protocol for the past 57 standard years. We have shared our technology, our knowledge, our very genetic code in the name of galactic unity. Yet we remain barred from 78% of inhabited systems, excluded from the Sigma Research Collective, and our trade vessels are subjected to quarantine procedures that border on species discrimination. The Gorvati trade prince, Hureth Val, rose to his considerable height. The Council's decisions are based on sound scientific evidence. Your species originates from a Class 12 death world. Your psychological profiles indicate inherent aggression, your physical capabilities exceed safety parameters, and your technological development suggests a disturbing aptitude for weaponization. Psychological aggression? Chen's laugh was sharp. You mean our refusal to submit to exploitation? Our insistence on fair trade rather than accepting the generous 15% returns you offer other species? Zethka felt the familiar flutter of unease. Humans had a disconcerting way of cutting through diplomatic language to expose uncomfortable truths. The safety parameters exist for good reason, interjected whisper singer Mordulith, their voice like wine through crystal formations. Your people possess reaction times 300% faster than galactic average, bone density that classifies as natural armor, and muscle fiber. Efficiency that allows you to operate in conditions that would kill most sentient beings. And yet, Chen said, her tone shifting to something dangerous, we've never once used those advantages aggressively. Every conflict humanity has been involved in was defensive. Every war we fought was against species that attacked our colonies first. The chamber fell silent. It was true, though no one liked to acknowledge it. Despite their death world origins, humans had proven remarkably restrained. Council Chairman Vextheri activated his neural interface. The restrictions remain necessary. Your species' potential for violence. Potential? Chen interrupted, and for the first time, Zethka detected genuine anger in her voice. You want to discuss potential? She gestured, and holographic displays materialized above the assembly. Star charts, casualty reports, economic data, all painting a picture that made several delegates shift uncomfortably. The Kaldari hegemony strip mines colony worlds and enslaves indigenous populations. Current death toll, 2.3 billion sentients. The Mordhak Empire practices ritual genocide on inferior species. The Veltheri Confederation, she turned toward Zethka, has wiped out 17 pre-space civilizations to claim their systems. Zethka's crystalline structure began to dim. Those were classified reports. But humanity, Chen continued, humanity is too dangerous to be trusted. Because we evolved on a world where you had to be strong to survive. She paused, letting the silence stretch. Well, Council, I have news for you. That strength you fear? That aggression you constantly reference? We've been holding it back. For 57 years, we've played by your rules, accepted your restrictions, endured your condescension. Because we believed in the dream of galactic unity. The temperature in the chamber seemed to drop. But dreams end, Shen said softly. And when Deathworlders stop playing nice. The holographic displays changed. Fleet formations. Industrial output. Population statistics. The numbers were staggering. Humanity had been preparing for this moment for decades. Effective immediately, the Terran coalition withdraws from all council treaties and trade agreements. Human space is now closed to non-allied vessels. Our technology transfers cease. Our medical aid programs end. Our gravitational manipulation techniques, which several of your species depend on for interstellar travel, are no longer available for licensing. Panic rippled through the assembly. Without human innovations in gravity manipulation, half the galaxy's shipping lanes would collapse within months. You cannot, began Hurith Val. We can, Shen cut him off. Because unlike the rest of you, we never needed the galaxy's permission to survive. You all evolved on garden worlds, in peaceful ecosystems where cooperation was the key to advancement. You built your civilizations on the assumption that everyone else thought like you. She smiled. And Zethka finally understood why humans were so feared. We evolved on a planet that spent 4 billion years trying to kill us. Every day was a test of survival. Every generation was forged in conflict with nature itself. You call us Deathworlders as an insult, but you never understood what it really means. The chamber was dead silent now. It means we don't need you, Shen concluded. It means we've been generous, not desperate. And generosity can end. As the human delegation filed out, leaving behind a chamber full of species who had just realized they might have made the biggest mistake in galactic history, Zethka understood that this day would be remembered forever. It was the day the galaxy learned why you don't corner a species that evolved to fight gods.